Man, I tell you, I love golf. Love it. I know you guys all loving golf. I mean, it's a huge, exciting thing. I don't know. The cool thing about this game is that not only do we get to watch professional players play, but we also get to play and compete literally on the same playing field as them. So, I mean, it's phenomenal. That's what we love about it. And a few years back, they came up with this idea called the match. And the initial match was with Tiger versus Phil. And that was cool. We were all excited. I remember I live streamed the whole thing. And we had to pay pay-per-view. And they refunded everybody their money because it was a big debacle. Anyways, they've come a long way since the initial match, which personally I thought was incredibly boring. Like, to watch these two guys walk 18 holes out in Vegas, wherever they played, and it took forever. And then it went to a playoff. It was under lights. They were hitting wedges, and Phil ended up winning the whatever, $10 million or whatever the prize was. I forget. But he won a lot of money, so that was cool. All right. And it was a good idea. But then, okay, they tweaked it and twisted it around, and then they had team events and 2 guys versus 2 guys. Okay, so now we have the match, what is it, 6 now, just announced, and we have Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. All right, so we have in all of them, there's been a professional golfer. The last one was just Brooks versus Bryson at the Wynn in Las Vegas. And that, again, it was 12 holes or something. And Brooks Koepka demolished Bryson. It wasn't even hardly a match. He just whooped him. It's okay. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. That's one of the challenges you're going to run into when you're doing these types of matches. I get it. That's fine. And whatever. It's just for fun. And although both people want to win, I get it. All right. Some days you're off, and that's golf. So whatever. I'm not going to say Brooks is better than Bryson just because he beat him on one day. But here now, we have no pros. No pros. It's all professional athletes, football players going up against one another. And I'm wondering what you guys think about this. Is this something that you're interested in watching? And what do you think they should do? Or should they just scrap the whole thing? I mean, I've always had ideas of what they should do to make this type of event a lot more exciting and engaging. Ever since the very first one I saw, I mean, here it is in Vegas. And what does Vegas have? I mean, Vegas is really known for obviously gambling and a lot of craziness, but also like big heavyweight prize fights. And these matches kind of come across as like a heavyweight title fight. But in every heavyweight title fight, there's always like undercard matches that you watch. And it's fun. You get together for your little parties and you're hanging out and you're watching these undercards duke it out, whatever it is. And that to me has always been a great kind of lead up appetizer into the heavyweight title fight. And in these, I feel like they need that. They need some type of undercard matches going on so that you can kind of get warmed up and you have other stuff, let's say, to watch in between all these other shots. So let's say you had like 2 or 3 other matches that go off before the main event. I just think that would be so cool because you're filming these and it could be boring. It could be just insignificant, but you never know. There could be something cool that goes on during that match that you're filming, and that's the footage you cut in between the heavyweight title match between whoever it is. In this case, it's going to be Brady and Rodgers versus Mahomes and Allen. So that could be incredibly boring, right? Like, I love watching all those guys play football, but on the golf course, there's not going to be that many great shots. They're not going to give me any insight as to reading putts and breaks and things like that. I loved watching Phil team up with Charles Barkley, and I loved hearing Phil like instruct Barkley as to how this is going to break. Here's what it's going to do. And he's really kind of coaching him through it. And for me, that was probably the best one because, one, Charles, we know, is good on camera. He's an announcer these days, and he's always entertaining and engaging. Phil, same thing. And so when those guys teamed up together, that was great for me to watch. I loved that. Tiger, he's fun to watch play golf. He's not the best, let's say, personality on camera, so he's not going to give you a ton of stuff. But and Bryson and Brooks gave us nothing. So now you're throwing like 4 football players who aren't going to give us any insight in golf. So I need something like golf-wise that I can kind of hang on to. So what would be some cool like undercards that you would want to see? Maybe throw in some LPGA players to do kind of the same thing and have some type of match also. That could be good. That could be interesting. I need some professional players or really good players out there giving me some cool stuff to watch other than just 4 kind of heavyweight football guys smashing the ball around, and it could be a disaster. Let's face it. These guys are kind of training, getting ready for the season to start up, and I mean, how much time they're going to put into their golf game, to be honest with you. Like, it could be a mess of all we're doing is looking for golf balls, and that happens sometimes. What are you going to do then? You need something to cut to. So I would do maybe also, let's say, social media groups of players out there playing, like whatever, YouTubers or Instagram people in golf that can also go and play and are pretty good. That would be a great thing to watch in between, because most golfers or people watching this might have some familiarity with, let's say, people on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it may be. I think that would be really cool to watch. And I'm not saying me, but I'm saying it would be cool to see somebody like that out there. There's some great entertaining, funny people that are good for a couple one-liners here and there that are always interesting to watch for a minute or two. I would have those types of people doing stuff on the golf course that could be entertaining. Maybe some trick shot people out there doing some trick shots, showing you some stuff. I would include a lot of more of that piece of it than just people who may or may not give us good golf. That's just my solutions to this, because unfortunately in this 12-hole challenge featuring no professional golfers, I'm concerned that it's just going to be a big snooze fest. And I don't know why 12 holes. I guess they want to cut it down and save time. But like last year, it was the same type of thing, and the match is over and they still had to go like play a hole for like a closest to the pin or something challenge, things like that. That gets kind of awkward where you get beat and then you still have to go play a hole or two. Nobody likes that. I don't. So give me your thoughts. I want to know what you guys are thinking as to, look, are you even going to watch this thing? And if so, or if not, why not? And what would you include? What would you add to make it better? Because I think this collaboration, we need more of this collaboration to figure out how to really make this, not that they're going to listen to us, but they need feedback so that they can make this a great thing that they're doing. And at this point, to me, it just feels like they're trying to, stuff a square peg in a round hole. And they're forcing it on me, and I don't like it. I want to see these guys play, sort of, but I want them with a good professional personality with undercards. That's my idea. Let me know yours. Comment down below, and maybe they'll get this thing sorted out, because it's got potential, in my opinion. We'll see.